We have the newly formed and enhanced Damage CTRL with Bayley, Asuka, Women's Champion Io Sky, and Kairi Sane with Dakota Kai in their corner because she isn't cleared, as it'll be 4 on 4, taking on Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, and Shotzi in WarGames. Sound off in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Give me your predictions. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that bell. We'll be live this weekend for Survivor Series as well. Let's get into the preview and predictions of the second War Games match. You know, WWE, they'll give you a men's and a women's. SmackDown got the women's, and I'm actually liking how this story is progressing with Damage CTRL. I think if anybody knows anything about professional wrestling, you can kind of see the writing on the wall that Bayley is eventually going to be the one who does something and is slowly but surely ticking, itching, aggravating, and egging on Io Sky's nerves. Io even went out to bring in Kairi Sane, who she's known longer than Bayley, who Bayley storyline wise took out and put out of WWE, sent her back to Japan instead of having and trusting Bayley to support her to retain her women's championship against Bianca Belair, Crown Jewel. Now, with that being said, I love the fact that Io is getting a nice, well thought out women's title championship run. It started off a little shaky, a little slow, but we know Triple H loves her. Paul Levesque, he's in charge of creative. You can see Triple H is trying to get the women's division on both Raw and SmackDown back to what he thought it was around the time when they had the Evolution pay per view. And while some of the storylines aren't the best, he is trying to get women on TV, trying to get the fans to care. And this is one of the things I think they will care about, and I actually do care about. I was a little iffy going into this Survivor Series. Didn't think the women really needed a War Games match. Kind of wish Dakota Kai was cleared to make it the traditional 5 on 5, and really didn't see a need for Shotzi in this match. But I do get it. She's been enthralled with Bayley and in the hairs of Damage CTRL, so I get why she was included with her spiky hair and all of the hardcoreness, but she's not very good in the ring. She's actually regressed from NXT Black and Gold when I loved her. Thought she had some Bayley in her, but she's kind of regressed and really hasn't been dealt with much on the main roster. This is probably the best thing she's been given. So she'll come out with her tank. I'm sure she'll go balls to the wall. I'm sure Io will jump off the top of the cage. Got Charlotte and Bianca. I would have probably preferred debuting of Jade to put her with Charlotte, Bianca, and with Shotzi, but I get it. You probably want to keep Jade in a singles capacity right now just to kind of ease her in with her storyline. Don't know when she's going to debut. Does she make an appearance at Survivor Series, or does she get out of a limo with no clothes on and shake hands, take pictures with Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Adam Pearce, Nick Aldis? I don't know. We'll see. But clearly here, Damage CTRL cannot afford to lose. I thought about going kind of back and forth with this pick, but there's really no reason Damage CTRL can lose here. They have Bayley, the Bayley situation, but Asuka is now a heel again. She's teamed with Io and Kairi. We know they have history in Japan and stardom of their 3-woman uh, assassin death team because Kairi has looked fantastic. Asuka looked fantastic as a heel. Io has looked fantastic. Bayley's going to probably do something in this match to kind of piss Io, Asuka, Kyrie, and them off a little bit more, which you can kind of tease that you can see Bayley's going to be kicked out, much like you can probably see where Damian Priest is going to be kicked out of Judgment Day. Bayley could use a nice, refreshing face turn, and I right now on today heading into Survivor Series with the women's Royal Rumble coming up in about 2 months. Bayley may be my pick right now. Obviously, a lot can change. We could have a lot of returns. We can have a lot of surprises. A lot can happen between now and the end of January. But right now, today, I think Bayley deserves her flowers. I think Bayley deserves a chance to main event or have one of the marquee matches at WrestleMania. And with it being WrestleMania 40, Bayley has worked hard for this company. She's put others over. She's selfless. She's wonderful in the ring. The fans love her. She lives her gimmick pretty well. The heel turn has been good for her. Damage CTRL did start off a little shaky. Her injury was unwarranted because of Vince McMahon wanting people to be in the performance center before they hit back on the road, which kind of derailed her career for 2 years. But she's back. I think it's only right to strike while the iron is hot. You kick her out of Damage CTRL. You build up the sympathy. You make her a baby face. Have her win the Rumble. Go on, beat Io Sky at WrestleMania, and wins the championship. So I'm going with Damage CTRL here. Charlotte's not going to take the pin. Bianca's not going to take the pin. Shotzi's going to take the pin here. Now, Becky was added, obviously, because of the quote unquote history, but we really know why Becky was added. They got to have their horsewomen push the agenda and be in all the marquee matches. The Charlottes, the Baileys, the Becky Lynches. Sasha is no longer there. Bianca is kind of now taking her spot in to a degree. They're going to put the Biancas in this match. So you know they're not taking the pin because I think we're still going to get Charlotte and Bianca at Mania in some sort of marquee women's match as well. I think Shotzi takes the pin here. Becky Lynch obviously has star power, but she isn't really needed. Like I said, it doesn't make sense. I get the fact that she has quote unquote history, but that was over a year ago, and Becky's not even on SmackDown. Where does the brand split exist? That's right, it doesn't. That's why they need to get rid of it. But you got the star power, Becky, Charlotte, Bianca. You know they're not taking a pin. Shotzi's the easy candidate here, like JD McDonough is with the men. I think we see some dissension of Damage Control, but they somehow still pull out the win. EO is a little more pissed off at Bayley. Damage Control wins, but the story continues, and I think heading into the Rumble, we'll see Bayley probably by the end of the year with no more pay-per-views before now in the Royal Rumble. You got 2 months of television to build some intrigue and storyline. Why not have it on your women's side with Damage Control, build that dissension, and then you can have Bayley kicked out, Bayley turn babyface, Bayley can win the Rumble, beat EO at WrestleMania for the Women's Championship as one of your marquee matches, especially on the women's side. But sound off in the comments, super kick it, that subscribe button, like up on that like button, backdrop that bell. Let me know how you feeling about this match. How you feeling about Survivor Series? We'll be live this weekend for Survivor Series. Make sure you hit the bell. Check us out. We do this for each and every pay-per-view. Let me know your prediction. How you feeling? Down below in the comments. We'll be live. Women's WarGames, men's WarGames, and more previews coming here on the Flex Zone Podcast. Only place giving you sports how you want it, when you need it. Survivor Series, guys, and happy Thanksgiving.